All right, here we go. Today, whoa, back over here. We're working with volumes of pyramids and cones. So, volumes of prisms and cylinders was the area of the base times the height. When things come up to a point, it's 1/3 the area of the base times the height. Okay, that's pretty easy. So if it's a prism, so if it's like this, area of the base times the height. But if it's like this, it's 1/3 the area of the base times the height. Okay? All right. So Kyle's truck can haul 1.75 tons of corn per load. 1 cubic meter of corn weighs 0.8 tons. How many loads will Kyle have to haul to move this pile of corn? What shape is this corn in? Is it a pyramid or is it a cone? Has anybody ever dumped a bunch of sand out of a pail on the ground? Does it make a pyramid or does it make a cone? Cone. It makes a round circle, right? So this is a cone. So the volume of a cone is 1/3 the area of the base, which is pi r squared, times the height. So let's figure out the volume of this. 1/3 times pi times, what's my radius? 2 squared times the height of 1.5. Multiply. Take 1/3 times 3.14159265 times 2 times 2 times 1.5. Yeah, sounds about right. Because this is 6 times that is 6.28 meters cubed. 1 cubic meter weighs 0.8 tons. So we multiply this times 0.8 tons per cubic meter. The cubic meters cancel, so we get the number of tons. How many tons is this? What? 4 point something? 5 point something? 5.02 tons. Now, if his truck can haul this many tons at a time, what do we do with this 5.02? Divided by 1.75 tons per load. 2.87 loads. So it'll be 3 loads of corn. Okay. Practical usage of geometry there. Okay. Jason is using this mold to make 12 candles. How many cubic inches of wax does he need to make 12 candles? Well, first we should figure out how many cubic inches he needs to make 1 candle. So the volume is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. What's the area of the base? What shape is the base here? What's the shape of the base? A triangle. 1/2 of 4 by 3 times the height of the pyramid is 6. So it's like 12, right? 12 cubic inches. That's for 1 candle. If we take it times 12 candles, 144 cubic inches. Diane is 1.8 meters tall and wants to be able to stand inside her new tent. Should she buy this tent? Well, we know the cubic meters of this, and we know what the area of the base is. So we need to find the height. Volume of a pyramid is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. The area of the base we know is a square floor with an 8.4 perimeter. If the perimeter equals 8.4, what's the length of each side? 2.1. So the volume is 3.4 cubic meters equals 1/3 the area of the base. Well, the area of a square is 2.1 times 2.1 times the height. So to do this one, let's get rid of this 1/3 right away. So we multiply both sides by 3. So we get 10.2, right? Equals 4.41H. Am I right? Help me out, calculadoras. If we divide by 4.41, what do we get? 2. Is the height. If she's 1.8 and the height of the tent is 2.31, can she stand in it? Yes. She can stand in the middle, not around the edges, but she can stand in the middle. The volume of a square pyramid is 41 cubic yards, and the perimeter of the base is 14 yards. What's the height of the pyramid? Volume of a pyramid is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. So the perimeter of the base is 14. So what's the length of each side if the perimeter is 14? 3.5. So the volume, 41, equals 1/3 times 3.5 times 3.5 times the height. So if we multiply by 3 right away, we get 123 equals 3.5 times 3.5. I don't know what that is. What? Divide by 1225. The height equals what, 10? 10.04. So rounded to the nearest tenth is 10.0. A restaurant smells smoothies in 2 sizes. What size is a better deal? The large for $5.89 or the small for $3.49? And Donovan says you always buy the large because it's always a better deal. Well, let's find the volume of each and see if that is true. What shape are these? We gotta use a cone for this. They're not exactly cones, but they're cone-like, so we're gonna use a cone for it. We're gonna use the volume of cone. So the orange one, the volume equals 1/3 area of the base times the height. So the volume equals 1/3 pi. The radius is 5 squared. The height, we don't know the height. No, the height isn't 15. That's the slant height is 15. You don't just make it a little less, Donovan. You use the Pythagorean theorem to figure out the height of it. What's 15 squared equals the height squared plus 5 squared? So 225 equals height squared plus 25. So 200 equals the height squared. So let's take the square root of that. What is the height of the orange one? 14.14. Sounds good. So do the math. I want to round to the nearest tenth. 1/3 times pi times 5 squared times 14.14. Don't put it in terms of pi. I want you to multiply by pi in there. 370.2 centimeters cubed. Okay, the purple one. Volume equals 1/3 the area of the base times the height. So the volume equals 1/3 times pi times 3.5 squared times, now I got to figure out this height. If this is 3.5 on this side and this is 6 on this side, 6 squared equals 3.5 squared plus h squared, or 36 equals 3.5 squared. I think it's 12.25. Subtract 12.25 from each side. 23.75 equals h squared. Take the square root. What does h equal? So take 1/3 times pi times 3.5 squared times 4.87. 62.0 basically. Centimeters cubed. So now let's take the price, $5.89 divided by 370.2, and then $3.49 divided by 62. I bet Donovan's right that the larger one is a better deal, because it's like 5 times as much. In this case, it's $2.40 more. But you get a lot more for your... Yeah, a lot more bang for your buck. Even if you had tax, it's still a lot better deal. Okay, what's 5.89 divided by 370.2? 0.015. So it's 1.5 cents per ounce, or per cubic centimeter. 3.49 divided by 62. 0.056. So it's 5.6 cents per cubic centimeter. So obviously the orange is a much, much better deal. Last one. Caitlin is making a concrete animal sculpture. Each bag of concrete mix makes 0.6 cubic feet of concrete. How many bags of concrete mix does she need to make her beautiful sculpture here? All right, there are 4 cylinders. The volume of a cylinder is pi r squared h. So you take pi times, what's the radius of my cylinders for the legs? 2 squared times the height is 16. So let's find each one and then we'll multiply it by 4. So 4 times 16 is 64. Take 64 times pi. About 200. 64 times 201.16. Take 06, take that times 4. 804.24. Okay, now the body is a prism. So it's 22 by 15 by 18. Area of the base times the height, which is 22 times 18 times 15. What's the volume of that body? $5,940. And then the pyramid. we know the height, so volume equals 1/3 the area of the base times the height. Area of the base is 16 and 16, so it's 16 squared. The height is 20. What's the volume of the pyramid? Something 0.3 repeating or something 0.6 repeating. All right. So let's add 5940 plus 804.24 plus 1706.67, and we get 8450.91. 8450.91 inches cubed. Now, this talks about cubic feet of concrete. Okay, this is inches cubed. So, how many cubic inches are in a cubic foot? So 1 foot is 12 inches by 12 inches by 12 inches, right? So take 12 inches by 12 inches by 12 inches. Yep, which is what, 1726? 1728. So there's 1728 cubic inches per cubic foot. So take this divided by 1728, 4.89 feet cubed. Take that times take that divided by 0.6 cubic feet per bag. 8.